That is what is study. Otherwise, it is just a formality. You have to study. It is not Bhagavatam is meant to be relished. But of course, you need to have that purity and higher taste. So how do you develop if you don't study? Quickly, don't waste time. I have to proceed. I will close at 9. See, coming here without even revising, reviewing, that is not giving proper value to Srimad Bhagavatam. And if you fail to give respect and value, how will you receive it? Then you don't become qualified to receive it. You have 2 weekends, Saturday and Sunday. It must be reviewed and revised. पुरुषोत्तम, इतनी देर में तो रिव्यू हो जाना चाहिए.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
So, this spiritual word is for those who never reborn, and this material word is for Grahamedis.
Very good. Grahamedis, and what is the second term? Pradeep, you also don't study at all. I mean, you're not able to give even one answer. That speaks that there is, see, this is worship of Bhagavatam. Study of Bhagavatam is the worship of Srimad Bhagavatam. And now Bhadra Purnima is coming. By the way, try and distribute also Bhagavatam. Try to distribute, find someone who can receive Bhagavatam. Okay? And then you let me know, I will ship him. Whatever language, wherever in India. Quickly answer. If you know, good. If you don't know, then say, oh, you have not studied. What is the other term? Anyone?
Prajanam.
Sorry?
Prajanam.
I could. Anyone was able to hear? Can repeat?
Prajanam, Prabhuji. Those who are not made for rebirth.
No, that is already answered. He answered that, and he also answered Graham-Eddy. There is another term for those who are in the material existence. What is that? Yes, Ramya? Unmute karo.
Abhrat Vrata.
Yes, Abrahat Vratas. Abrahat Vratas. Good. And what is the proportion? What is the proportion? Very simple. This is the most simple question. Comparing the spiritual world and the material world. You have answered. Manoram?
75 and 25 percentage.
Okay. Okay, I'll accept that. 1/4 and 3/4. 25 and 75. Okay, so we are on the 22nd verse. We were discussing the 22nd verse. Which says, from the personality of Godhead are generated all the universal globes and the universal form, with all material elements, qualities, and senses. Yet he is aloof from such material manifestations, just as the sun is separate from its rays and heat. The big, okay, no. The supreme truth has been ascertained in the previous verse as the Purusha or Purushottama, the supreme person. The absolute truth is the Ishvara or the supreme controller by his different energies. The Ekpad Vibhuti manifestation of the material energy of the Lord is just like one of the many mistresses of the Lord, by whom the Lord is not so much attracted, as indicated in the language of the Gita, Bhinna Prakriti. What is the verse? Bhinna Prakriti. Quickly, you should be able to answer. Yes, Ramya?
भूमिरपो अनलो वायु खम
Very good.
बुद्धिरेव च।
Simple words, most basic words. भूमिरापो नलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धि रेव च अहंकार इति मह्यम में भिन्ना प्रकृति रश्यते. भिन्ना प्रकृति रश्यते. So is separated energy. Krishna is not very attracted. But the region of Tripad Vibhuti, being a pure spiritual manifestation of the energy of the Lord, is, so to speak, more attractive to him. The Lord therefore generates the material manifestations by impregnating the material energy, and then within the manifestations, he expands himself as the gigantic form of the Vishwarup. We have discussed all that. The Vishwarup, as it was shown to Arjuna, is not the original form of the Lord. The original form of the Lord is the transcendental form of Purushottama or Krishna himself. It is very nicely explained herein that he expands himself just like the sun. The sun expands itself by the terrible heat and rays, yet the sun is always aloof from such rays and heat. The impersonalist takes into consideration the rays of the Lord without any information of the tangible, transcendental, eternal form of the Lord known as Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is the supreme, Krishna in his supreme personal form, with 2 hands and flute, is bewildering for the impersonalist, who can accommodate only the gigantic Vishwarup of the Lord. They should know that just as the rays of the sun are secondary to the sun, the impersonal gigantic form of the Lord is also secondary to his personal form as Purushottama. The Brahma Samhita 5.37 confirms this statement as follows. Anand Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabhis Tabhirya Eva Nij Rupataya Kalabhi Goloko Ek Nivasati Akhilatma Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda, the one who enlivens the senses of everyone by his personal bodily rays, resides in his transcendental abode called Golok. Golok eva nivasati akhilatma bhuto. Yet he is present in every nook and corner of his creation by expansion of happy spiritual rays. Wow. The Prabhupada's expression. He is present in every nook and corner of his creation by expansion of happy spiritual rays, equal in power to his personal potency of bliss. He is therefore simultaneously personal and impersonal by his inconceivable potency, or he is one without a second, displaying completely unity in a diversity of material and spiritual manifestations. He is separate from everything and still nothing is different from him. Yadasya nabhayan nalina aham asham mahatmana navidam yagya sambharan purusha avayan rite. When I was born from the abdominal lotus flower of the Lord, this is Brahmaji speaking. Brahmaji speaking to whom? Brahmaji speaking to whom? अदर्स को कुछ पता ही नहीं है क्या क्या चल रहा है. पुरुषोत्तम, Brahmaji speaking to whom?
Narad ji.
Yeah. And what is the context? How this in Srimad Bhagavatam, Brahma and Narad Muni conversation has come?
Narad inquired about the creation.
Narad inquired. Is Narad the hearer of Srimad Bhagavatam?
Narad asked some question about creation, then Brahmaji.
No. Who knows how Narad Muni comes into this perspective? Pradeep, how Narad Muni has come into play?
Updev Goswami narrating to Parikshit Maharaj.
Okay. In what reference? What is the reference? Manoram?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, actually, there was inquiry from Parikshit Maharaj to Sukadev Goswami about the creation. And so thus it is coming from the.
Okay, connect full. Okay, you have given the point. So then,
Yes, so Sukadev Goswami then told that the same line of questions was asked by Narad Muni to Lord Brahma,
yes.
and that is what he's doing.
Yeah. So what was the conversation between them? He is narrating as it is. Yes, this is the complete answer. So Narad Muni and Brahmaji are conversing here. So Brahmaji is speaking that when I was born from the abdominal lotus flower of Lord Mahavishnu, the great person, I had no ingredients for sacrificial performance except the bodily limb of the great personality of Godhead. Lord Brahma, the creator of cosmic manifestation, is known as Swambhu, or one who is born without father and mother. He is also called, what are the other names for Lord Brahma? One who is born without father and mother. What is the Sanskrit term? So many times we have. Yes, Dayāśīl.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Padmaja.
Padmaja is not accurate. Very near, but not exact. Bolo? Yes, Ramya?
Biranchi Prabhuji.
No, Viranchi is Brahma. What Dayāśīl? Okay, yes, Priyanka?
Prabhuji, Aja.
Aja is unborn. That is every jiva. Ajo api sanna avyaya atma. Come very close, but not the exact word. Ayonija. He does not take birth from any yoni. He does not get into the womb of the mother by the impregnation of the father. So he is Ayonija. Or he is also Padmaja. Padmaja means he is born from the lotus. But actually, one who is born without mother and father is Ayonija. Prabhupada will explain further. The general process is that the living creature is born out of sex combination of male father and the female mother. But Brahma, the firstborn living being, is born out of the abdominal lotus flower of Mahavishnu, plenary expansion of Lord Krishna. The abdominal lotus flower is the part of the Lord's bodily limb, and Brahma is born out of the lotus flower. Therefore, Lord Brahma is also a part of the Lord's body. Brahma, after his appearance in the gigantic hollow of the universe, saw darkness and nothing else. He felt perplexity, and from his heart, he was inspired by the Lord to undergo austerity, thereby requiring the ingredients for sacrificial performance. But there was nothing besides the two of them, namely the personality of Mahavishnu and Brahma himself, born of the bodily part of the Lord. For sacrificial performance, many ingredients were in need, especially animals. The animal sacrifice is never meant for killing the animal, but for achieving the successful result of the sacrifice. The animal offered in the sacrificial fire is, so to speak, destroyed, but the next moment is given a new life by dint of the Vedic hymns chanted by the expert priest. When such an expert priest is not available, the animal sacrifice in the fire of the sacrificial altar is forbidden. Thus Brahma created even the sacrificial ingredients out of the bodily limbs of the Garbhodakshai Vishnu, which means that the cosmic order was created by Brahma himself. Also, nothing is created out of nothing, but everything is created from the person of the Lord. The Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhuvo matta sarvam pravartate. Everything is made from my bodily limbs, and I am therefore the original source of all the creations. The impersonalists argue that there is no use in worshipping the Lord when everything is nothing but the Lord himself. The personalists, however, worship the Lord out of a great sense of gratitude, utilizing the ingredients born out of the bodily limbs of the Lord. The fruits and flowers are available from the body of the earth, and yet Mother Earth is worshipped by a sensible devotee with ingredients born from the earth. Similarly, Mother Ganges is worshipped with the water of the Ganges, and yet the worshipper enjoys the result of such worship. Worship of the Lord is also performed with ingredients born from the bodily limbs of the Lord, and yet the worshipper, who is himself a part of the Lord, achieves the result of devotional service to the Lord. So beautifully Prabhupada is explaining. While the impersonalist wrongly concludes that he is the Lord himself, the personalist, out of great gratitude, worships the Lord in devotional service, knowing perfectly well that nothing is different from the Lord. The devotee therefore endeavors to apply everything in the service of the Lord, because he knows that everything is the property of the Lord and no one can claim anything as one's own. This perfect conception of oneness helps the worshipper in being engaged in his loving service. So this is why we are studying. The purpose is this, to get this perfect conception of oneness. What is this conception of oneness? The impersonalists also have oneness. This is what Prabhupada begins. That the impersonalists argue that there is no use in worshipping the Lord when everything is nothing but the Lord himself. This is complete oneness. And Prabhupada is here explaining that this is the perfect conception of oneness, helps the worshipper in being engaged in his loving service. Whereas the impersonalist, being falsely puffed up, remains a non-devotee forever without being recognized by the Lord. So what is the difference between these two oneness? Kaivalya Narkayate and Kaivalya Bhakti. Is the question clear? If you are hearing properly, then it should be clear. What is the difference between these two oneness? Yes, Dayāśīl bro?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
A little louder.
Audible Prabhuji?
Yeah.
The impersonalist, they are telling that if everything is coming from Lord, so what is the need of worshipping Lord? Because everything is Lord himself. They're telling like that. But the Vaishnavites, they tell that everything is coming from the Lord, so everything is the property of the Lord. But Lord is the person, and we have to engage everything in the service of the Lord. But they are telling, the impersonalist is telling that everything is Lord, because everything is coming from Lord. So no need of worshipping any Lord. Like,
but again, what is the essential difference in the conception? Prabhupada is saying that in the perfect conception, that one is engaged in the loving devotional service. So what essentially is the difference in the conception?
they don't accept the personal form of Lord Prabhuji. They are thinking there is no personal Lord form.
What is the conception? Both are having the conception of oneness, but what is the essential difference? Think deeper. There is Kaivalya, which is Narkayate, and there is Kevala Bhakti, which is Ananya Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. What is the essential difference? The difference is in conception. So what is the difference in the conception precisely? What you have said is not wrong. It's correct, but it is not very clear. Yes, Ramya, बोलिए.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, impersonalist thinks that they are the enjoyer, like Supreme Lord is also enjoyer. And in that way, they consider themselves to be the Lord. And the personalist, like Bhaktas, their desire and Supreme Lord desires are same. What is pleasing to Supreme Lord, that is the desire of the devotees too. fulfill the
Yes.
desire of Supreme Lord.
See, when they say that everything is coming from the Lord and there is no need to worship Him separately, what is the conception? That if everything is coming from the Lord, I am also Lord. They want to lord it over. So they feel that there is no difference between the Lord and themselves. So where is the need to worship when I am the same Soham? I am the same. Then where is the need to worship? One is not superior and the other is not subordinate. That relationship is not there of the supreme and the subordinate. They are thinking that they are on the same platform, which is wrong. Which is essentially wrong. And the devotee is having the oneness, as she said, the oneness of interest actually. The oneness of interest. The oneness is of interest, of course also of desire. That whatever is the Lord's interest, the devotee wants to carry out the same interest. So he performs loving devotional service. This is the last verse I'll take for today. Teshu yagyasya pashava savanaspataya kusha idam cha deva yajanam kalaschoru gunanvitha. For performing sacrificial ceremonies, one requires sacrificial ingredients such as flowers, leaves, and straw, along with the sacrificial altar and a suitable time. Okay, one more. Vastuni oshadaya sneha rasaloha mrida jalam richo yudasmi samavni chaturhotram cha sattama. It's all about sacrifice. Other requirements are utensils, grain, clarified butter, honey, gold, earth, water, the Rig Ved, Yajur Ved, and the Sam Ved, Chaturhotram. Chaturhotram is 4 persons, and Yajumshi and Samani. These are Yajur Veda and the Sam Veda. And the 4 priests to perform the sacrifice. To perform the sacrifice successfully, at least 4 expert priests are needed. One who can offer hota, one who can chant Udgata, and one who can kindle the sacrificial fire without the aid of separate fire. Adha Varyu. So how to kindle the fire without the aid of separate fire? How one can kindle the sacrificial fire without the aid of separate fire? Wait. Oh, why only answers have to be given by Ramya? What about others? How you can kindle fire without the aid of other fire? Yes, Ravindra and Priyanka?
Prabhuji, sacrificial mantras.
Yes, by mantras. By the power of mantras. One can invoke fire. Where the fire is invoked? Ravindra Prabhu, where is the fire invoked? In the sacrificial wood. Simple. In the sacrificial wood, by chanting of the mantras, the fire is invoked. And it starts to get inflamed. This is Adha Varyu. So one is Hota, the other is Udgata, the other is Adha Varyu, and the one who can supervise Brahma. Such sacrifices were conducted from the birth of Brahma, the first living creature, and were carried out until the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthira. But such expert Brahmanas, priests are very rare in this age of corruption and quarrel. Therefore, in the present age, only the yagya of chanting the holy name of the Lord is recommended. The scriptures then join. Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. Kalau nasteva nasteva. Nasteva gatiranyatha. So I'll stop here. I have some service to do. It's already 9:04. Anyone has any question or contributions? Tomorrow is Parshava Ekadashi. Parshava Ekadashi is the Lord is in Yoga Nidra. And what he does in the Yoga Nidra? He changes his side. Very beautiful song. Anyone remembers? We were singing when we went to Sri Lanka. Sab bhul bhal gaye. That stuti is forgotten. You were there, Ravinder, Priyanka, Manoram? Every day we were reciting, so many times we were reciting. Bhul bhal gaye. Sab bhul gaye. I won't join tomorrow, but you all join and chant. Chant minimum 32 rounds, everyone. Try at least. Minimum 32, I am saying. Okay. Plan in such a way, sleep early. Ravinder, you are waking up before 4, but then you have to sleep before 10. Minimum 6 hours is required. Minimum 6 hours. At your level, at least 6:30. Body will not be able to survive. Then the quality of hearing and chanting is compromised. Best is, I saw our PBT devotees. Pranav gave me the message, 7:30 they have slept. This is training. This is actual training. For me, the challenge is not to wake up, but the challenge is to sleep in time. That is the greatest challenge. I have to study. I have a couple of classes coming. 4th, it is in Dwarka. That is Vamandev appearance and Srila Jiva Goswami's appearance. And 6th is Srila Haridas Thakur's Tirobhav in our temple. I want to do some study, some research. Yesterday, I found some very beautiful verses. Very, very beautiful verses. I read for the first time from Srila Rupa Goswami's Tavamala. When we will go to the yatra, at that time I will share. But then I was studying till 2 in the morning. If you focus, if you put effort, if you put your heart, then the Lord and the Acharyas reveal. Otherwise, it never comes out. It is hidden. So sleep in time, don't waste time, don't meet with those people who are non-devotees. Don't allow the material energy to influence you, to distract you, to degrade you. Remain intact, remain focused, do quality hearing and chanting, so that aspiration to do genuine service comes from the heart. No question from anyone? Then I am closing. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.